everybody. Welcome to the UNPC Tour, the plant city no one talks about. The stories, the people, the side of town not everyone knows. Conversations that happen long after the sun goes down. Around here, we believe Plant City has its character, its history, and its moments. We're just the ones bringing the microphone.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of season 1 of the UNPC Tour. Thanks for joining us. I'm Anne, and we've got our full crew with you today. Say hello, everyone.
What's up?
Well, thanks for coming back. Episode 1, we dove into the UNPC Tour, what we're all about, what we plan on doing this season. So for you to come back for episode 2, we must have shown you something, or you heard something that you liked. So we're so excited to welcome you back. And this week's topic is a little controversial. We're going to talk about new versus old Plant City. If you'll remember from episode 1, Kelsey and I are very new to our town. Kelsey's been working here for a couple of years. I've just moved here 3 years ago, but Phil and Cody are sort of the oldies in the group. Cody, the real oldie. But, you know, some people around town might even say 25, 30 years, you're still new. So we're going to go deep into that. Phil, though, do you want to kick us off with what our weekly segment is and remind everyone what we're covering?
Of course. Before we hop into the nitty gritty of everything, we're going to talk about the UNPC Tour posts of the week on Facebook. And this week we saw one for someone complaining about people stealing from Aldi's and that they have to shut down the self-checkout lines because of it, and they were very frustrated, to say the least. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
that's a pretty wild take. Like, I get it. Well, I don't get the whole stealing thing, but like, people complain when these self-checkouts came that it's taken jobs. So, you know, these big corporations are saving money, they're not passing the savings on to people, so they're just going to steal. That's kind of a real crappy way to approach it. But like, I mean, don't steal in general, but like, also, I won't really support these self-checkout things. Like, I'm not maybe I am one of those people. I'm going to stay out of the public because I'm an idiot. Like, maybe I am one of those people who I'm just like, you know what? I'm here to give you money, not do the job too. Sometimes if I go to a self-checkout, I'm just like, I'm faster than all these people. Get out of my way.
But give me a discount.
Bart.
I know we've all probably been there. We've probably seen either people stealing or we know of people that have stolen from self-checkouts at some point. So I know we can relate to it, but to close them down, that has to be a massive amount of stealing going on.
There's probably some fun background on this too. I wonder if they're going to hire more people now. Like, are they? Yeah, and that part sucks.
3 employees max.
Well, one Aldi's checkout clerk can do the work of 7 Publix clerks at checkout.
Ooh, that's controversial. I tend to disagree.
But you know what? I don't really shop at either one of those places because I just don't like public places. But the fun part about that is there probably is 7 clerks available at Publix.
Yeah, there's only one at Aldi.
They're just standing there out front waiting with their hands behind their back like, can I help you? Are you ready to get out of this place? I'm like, yes, please, quickly.
Or they're so eager to help you to your car. They're like, I'm bored.
We're just trying to escape. It's like Scientology. We don't know it yet.
It's the George Jenkins customer service way. That's what that is. So.
We do love it, though. Big fan of Publix.
Those are a little biased, I will say.
Big fan of Publix. That's where I shop for sure.
Hey, not hating on Publix. I go there for them BOGOs.
Can't afford it.
Sub.
You and Lois take notes on the BOGOs.
The only place I'll buy produce out of, like, if I'm going to a chain store.
Well, I will say, if you are an Aldi shopper, here's a tip. Instacart, the prices are the same. So just order it off your phone if you really want to self-checkout, and then pay a little delivery fee and they'll just bring it to you. And no stealing involved.
Woo!
And you don't worry about how you're checking out.
If you are an Aldi shop lifter, knock it off, please. Just be a decent human.
You're ruining everybody else's feelings tonight.
Let's get into what's really ruining our feelings. Old Plant City. This is a wild one, man. Like, this is a really crazy, like, but to get into so early into our podcast here, but like, what even is Old Plant City? Like Ann mentioned, I'm a dinosaur. Phil's been around a while, but like, I've been here since the early '90s. I'm not multi-generational, but I feel like I've been here longer than a lot of people that I know, whether because I'm older than them or just because I've lived here longer than they've made the choice to come to such an awesome city. Like, is there a cutoff? Like, do we need to just like, all right, well, you've been here X% of your life, or you've been here X amount of years, so you're considered Old Plant City, or you have to remember the Starlight Theater or the original KFC location? Like, what? There's, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, what the clear definition is. Is it not even that? Like, I could be a 25-year-old kid who's fourth generation Plant City, and I'm Old Plant City because my last name or my bloodline. So that's a wild one. Like, Phil, you're much younger than I am, and you've been here pretty much your entire life. You were born in the area, right? So
Yeah, I mean, I'm still considered, I feel like, New Plant City because I'm really the first generation because my parents both moved here. So,
like, my mom's a Florida native, but she's not from here, so I'm not Old Plant City.
yeah, even though we've both been here like 30 years.
You definitely need a family plot to be considered Old Plant City.
Oh, for sure. You need to have a line of grandparents in the ground.
Lots of headstones, lots of bloodline. At least the people that consider themselves Old Plant City, I think that's their outlook on that topic.
Does having a road or a building named after your family count?
I mean, yeah, probably, because like they're probably just as old as the headstones.
I mean, people to me who are Old Plant City would be like, like people who have like Bruton or a Sparkman or things like that. I mean, names that have been here for over a century. The Mays family, things like that. Like, to me, that's Old Plant City.
If you don't know that strawberries get sweeter when it gets cold out, you're not Old Plant City.
Amen, brother.
Hey, here's a fun one on that topic.
That's an easy one.
All right,
I
so
learned that from being in Plant City. I didn't know that before.
This is maybe a trick question, and I might hurt some feelings here. So these strawberry onions, are they sweeter because they're in the strawberry field? Is that New Plant City or Old Plant City thing?
It's an Old Plant City thing. It's an Old Plant City thing.
So
I don't think they're that sweet, though. I mean,
to me, it makes it an Old Plant City thing because, like, oh yeah, they're sweeter because they're more than strawberries. Not that it's a genetic thing. They're called Savannah onions.
I was just gonna say they're like South Georgia onions.
Yeah,
exactly.
they're Savannah onions. But like, people will swear up and down if they're actual Old Plant City that the Sweet Charlies or the name of like some variety of strawberry that hasn't been grown in 40 years. Like, no, they're the best. I'm like, you don't remember what that tastes like. Calm down.
It's the strawberry juice in the ground.
Oh my gosh.
The strawberries growing 3 feet away above the ground. Like, these onions growing 3 feet in the other direction below the ground. Magically sweeter.
That
Science.
math.
Science.
For sure.
To me, that's an Old Plant City thing. But there's people who are New Plant City who believe that probably because they just don't know. I won't call them gullible, but maybe they're just too trusting of these old Southern gentle folks that are just so kind and they're of knowledge.
Deceiving.
Well, let's talk more about what is new around town versus old. What do we think? There's so much talk around here about new development and new businesses, chains that are coming in, the north side of town, what's happening near the hospital. So what do we think are the parts of Plant City that may not feel like Old Plant City anymore? Since you guys have lived here so long, I mean, I would argue that you guys are Old Plant City. To me, you are, because again, we're brand new. I just moved here 3 years ago. So what has changed? I think, Phil, you talked once about like Redmond just doesn't even look the same, and like it's just a totally different look, right?
Yeah, like Redmond and Alexander both just look completely different. And of course, even if you go all the way to County Line, which is county line, borderline between Hillsborough and Polk. That's completely different on the Plant City side as well, or the Hillsborough side, sorry. But yeah, just everything's that, like you just mentioned, the hospital's been moved. The going down, we have 5 o'clock traffic now. You know, we're adding more lights in at intersections where there were no lights. We're adding Cody's favorite cameras in. But yeah, definitely it feels like the town itself has kind of shifted more eastward, and where it was more centralized on Alexander, now that kind of feels like the outskirts of town are compared to what it used to be.
I agree. Like what I think what the city would call the northeast quadrant, like the North Park Isles, the Berea, the hospital area. Basically, I mean, if you're gonna draw like a square, it'd be like Knight's Grip into the north, Sam Allen to the south, United to the west, and then like Charlie Taylor to the east. Like that whole section up there. I mean, as recently as let's say 5 years ago, there weren't any subdivisions. And there's 2 or 3 that are popping up. There's some warehouses that are planned out there. There's hotels that are planned out there. I mean, the crazy thing that we think about too with New Plant City and all this growth is we can have this conversation again in 3 years, be talking about the same areas, or we can start talking about the south side of town. You know, as you know, to me, the old Plant City was like, I think it's called Russell's now. We used to be South Side Feed. Like that was the first thing we hit coming to town. Like growing up, I grew up out in Durant, and like we'd go to that feed store, but like you weren't seeing anything civilization related except for the farm store at Shrapnel until you got to South Side Feed Store. And that was like the southern end of town, like Chili's, all of that stuff. The Old Town Pizza, none of that stuff was there. I, talking about me being ancient, where the Lowe's used to be a drive-in theater.
That was a drive-in theater?
It was a drive-in theater there when I was a kid, yeah.
No way.
By the time I got here, I think it might have already been closed down. I think that closed in 92. Yeah, there's a lot of change. Like, I guess for me being here and kind of having just kind of memories of what Plant City was like as a kid. 2, being such a history nerd, like knowing what, like seeing photos and hearing stories and reading books about what it was before I was here. Like, even like putting a timeline on it. Like there used to be what is now that awesome fountain and grass and concrete slab they call Midtown. Like there was the lumber yard or the mill there, and there's all this industry there up until late 90s. I think it was 2004 when the city took all that over, bought all that and started cleaning it up. But I think this new Plant City kind of ramp up kind of ties in with like post-COVID. Like, I guess we had this influx of people coming to Florida, people leaving other states. I think the new Plant City really started to make the biggest changes around that time. Even you guys that have been here a short time, like I'm sure Kelsey and Andy, you've both seen some change since you were here.
A little harder for me because I don't live downtown, so I feel like for the most part I just get to hear about everything. But like definitely the hospital area, Knights Griffin, the new community over there, especially with the hurricane and the flooding that happened from the parks around that new construction area. Everybody blaming the new communities, which, may or may not be the case, but stuff like that is the most that I heard people complaining about is new constructions affecting older constructive neighborhoods. Like the people that have been here are being hindered by the new growth. And I think that's kind of what set the tone for the older generation starting to get annoyed about the growth.
Yeah, well, and I think we've seen a lot of change. I mean, even in 3 years, I will say, like, I did not buy in the new neighborhood just because, actually my neighborhood's probably 30 years old, which might be considered new actually on Knights Griffin. But, we feel like, part of what we have seen is that like more and more housing pops up, but it's, sort of needed. I think that the growth is a good thing for the town. I think that it's allowing some businesses to thrive. I wish more people would actually go to downtown that live in some of these newer neighborhoods. But I've also heard from people that they don't necessarily feel welcome all the time, which is really unfortunate. And I think that if we could just have more folks experience what we love about downtown Plant City and like come and spend their local dollars and support local business and feel welcomed on both sides, it would actually give us a more booming and thriving city, which is, I think, would be a win-win for everybody, new and old. I do think the new hospital was, like, I personally experienced a really good thing. I went through the cardiac rehab program there. Had some heart issues a few years ago. Some of you know that, and I'm very transparent, so I don't mind sharing that on this type of format. But I would never have gone to the old hospital. And like the providers, the nurses were all the same. They're like amazing people. But I walked into that old hospital once for a screening and I thought I was going to get syphilis. Like, it was so old and dingy and disgusting. And I was like, I am not coming. Like that building was definitely like toxic in some type of way. So.
Well, I think, the age of that building, I think the original part of it was built in the 50s. And I think you made a valid point. You're like, you have the same staff, you have the same team members. But I think now they have the tools, the updated tools to be more effective with their job. They could have tried to give you the best service possible, but they didn't have the tools to do what they can do now easier.
Yes, exactly. So I think some of the growth is good,
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like some fun things, right? Like, Cody, you're a big fan of Waffle House. Anyone who follows you on Facebook knows this.
I'm just trying to serve the community. Okay.
You are. And I love the PSAs about the griddles. It's amazing.
We got two fully operating Waffle Houses in this town, thanks to all the growth.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I know. And do you like new Waffle House or old Waffle House?
A little too loyal. I haven't been to the new Waffle House. One, it's out of the way. That's probably the big thing. Like, I'm pretty busy. I have a full schedule most of the time, so I'm really just not taking detours unless it's necessary. But when the old Waffle House is being remodeled, I still didn't break tradition and go to the new one. Like, I'm loyal to. I walked in the other night. I got a message that the old one was back open 24/7, and I walked in and I addressed all the girls by name, and I got my Dr. Kelp, and life was good.
How'd the griddle look? Did it look broken in?
You know what? I broke tradition there. I didn't sit at the high bar. I sat at the new low bar.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
There was always a low bar, though, on the left side.
There is, but now it's got more seats. It bumps out a little bit. I know Lewis said that he went there, nothing's changed. I know that place like the back of my hand, it's sober or drunk. And there was an instant change.
He said it is 3 inches wider.
Yo, there's extra seats here. What happened to the table by the touch tunes? What's going on right now?
Okay, but did they take the same grill top or they put a new one?
I didn't see it. I was sitting too low. I'm a man on a mission. I need a scramble roll by end.
Oh my god!
I was gonna say this weekend we're all gonna be there.
We're all going as a
group outing.
That's right. Group outing to the Casa de Waffle.
I know. Well, one more question about restaurants. Besides Waffle House, what has opened since you've lived here that you actually are happy about? And that could be like 30 years ago or 3 years ago.
I don't really know. Nothing really stands out. Like, there's things that I appreciate, and I know the community appreciates. I think the growth that we have in Plant City brought us a Chipotle. They brought us a Chick-fil-A. Like, those are things that I'm indifferent. I'll probably never go to Chipotle, but like the community does appreciate that, and that's great. And I think if we were a town of 29,000 people, they wouldn't be looking at us. So growth does bring us more options. That we become attractive to retailers, to restaurants. You hear it, you see it on the Facebook groups all the time. We don't want to be like Brandon. We don't want to be like Riverview. We definitely don't. I'm kind of torn because I personally don't want all these big box stores that we have 20 minutes away in Plant City. It kind of takes away from the charm of what we have here. But I don't think the people who are moving to Plant City aren't the ones asking for these things. I don't think. There's a lot of people move to Plant City from not very far away. So if they're used to going to a Whole Foods, or used to going to the Target in South Lakeland or the Sam's Club in North Lakeland, they're not asking for these things because to them it's like, well, I moved 20 minutes away. What's the big deal? But I think some of these people who've been here a long time, like I don't know if they're just like they don't want to drive through all that new Brandon traffic or the Lakeland traffic to get to Target, or they just feel like, well, we're behind the times because we don't have what everybody else has.
Yeah, I feel like for us, I mean, we came from Brandon and, we had 3 Publixes within a mile from our house and it took 20 minutes to get to any of them. And now Publix is, I don't know, Cody, tell me how many miles?
I mean, no, it's not even that. It's like 6 miles from where we live. And it's like, I mean, for you guys, it might be close to 20 minutes from your end.
I was going to say it's 17 minutes.
Yeah,
door to
I would say
door.
for us, it's 15. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there's like never traffic. So it's like, take that all day.
Even with the new stoplight, that might be where we get traffic now.
Oh, that's true. That one. Yeah.
That could be the difference too between new and old Plant City. So it's like, I'm right down the street from Einstein Bagels, right? So it's super easy to get a morning breakfast bagel there. But like, I know 4 other breakfast places that I can get a breakfast bagel. That's probably better. I got Brooklyn Bridge. I got Strawberry Hut. I can go to Wooden Spoon. I can go to Brick House. There's so many places to go. I can go down a Crazy Cup. So it's like, for those people who don't know those options, though, these box stores make it like a no-brainer. They're just like, oh, we need breakfast food, and it's going to come up Einstein Bagel, or it's going to come up.
They recognize the name versus.
Correct. So it keeps them happy, maybe temporarily, until they find their little their little go-to place, like
or they're introduced
Bridge,
to it.
I feel like is exactly.
I just took somebody to Brick House the other day. I can't remember who it was, and they're like, they had never been. I was like, it might be considered old Plant City as long as they've been here. I'm like, wait, you what? You've never I started going there for the burgers, and then I love breakfast, and I just went there one time like, I'm gonna try some breakfast, and I was like, I'm there every Sunday now.
Dude, you used to bring me their burgers. Their burgers are actually.
Well, yeah, that's right. We were doing that for a while.
On Sundays, yeah, you used to bring me a burger.
So
yeah.
you just like burgers too.
And then, I do. And then even better, it's and when you're sitting there with somebody new, you can be like, while they're eating breakfast, you'd be like, this also used to be the jail back in the day. Huh? Pretty funny, huh? Everybody, dude.
I've dropped that
Wait,
history.
it was the jail?
It was the original jail.
Yeah.
Wait, how have I never known that? I've been to that
New
place.
Plant City.
New Plant City.
New Plant City.
Here we go. Okay, do you think Plant City families gatekeep to protect the culture, or do you think they're willing to like embrace people and like you guys, like you're like, oh, I want to show you these cool spots, like to me and Ann, you guys are always like, oh, like this place is the old jail, like let's go get a burger or go check out the train station and find out all the history. Like, do you think people that are considered like generational are willing to share that, or just kind of want to keep it hush hush?
I gotta just chime in. That jail was not in today's world.
Well, that's why it's no longer the jail. Funny story, Plant City doesn't have a jail. So we're just such a great... Never mind, I won't get into that. Yeah, we don't have a jail anymore. But I don't think with the gatekeeping... probably a really strange, but I'm a strange person. I don't think old Plant City takes a lot of things that they have. I think they take them for granted. Like, I think there's things that new people, like New Plant City, they discover, like, wow, this is amazing. And they're like, old Plant City, like, whatever, that's just Maryland fried chicken. Who cares? Like,
It's true.
I think there's a lot of that. Like, I don't think there's gatekeeping. I mean,
Like,
maybe there is,
unappreciative.
like civic clubs or like social circles, things like that. There might be some gatekeeping. I don't think there's gatekeeping like, oh, I'm not telling you about, Brick House because I don't want to wait in line longer.
Well, I mean, they're the ones selling the land that the community's being developed on.
Yeah.
So if they are gatekeeping, they're not doing a very good job of it.
Red row.
Yeah, they're knocking down the gates, old cattle gates specifically, putting
Yeah.
in gated communities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's very true.
Also, New Orleans is not something to ever gatekeep because that place should just, this is very controversial, but I feel like that is a waste of space. But it's prime real estate, and that place is.
If we're going to talk about prime real estate at an intersection, we got to hate on the hospital a lot more before we hate on Maryland Fried Chicken.
The old hospital?
Yeah. It's going to be used 11 days a year for festival parking now. That's prime real estate that could be utilized in so many other ways.
Open. Well, and think about what they could put at Maryland's. Someone needs to shut that place down.
I love Scooter's Coffee. Like, it's such a tiny spot.
I know. I could think of so many things.
I really don't want to see another plaza, though, on Alexander. I'm like, we don't need one right there next to the interstate. We already got enough.
I don't think we're going to have much more built. We physically can't have much more built on Alexander. I think a lot of our growth now will be south down in Redmond and northeast. I mean, I guess it really depends on if these old Plant City folks gatekeep and hold onto their land, or open the floodgates and bring on the apartment complexes
to the big dollar bills.
Yeah.
Piggybacking off of that, do you think new residents want to be a part of like the culture the town has, or do you think they quietly want to change it into these new like box stores and chain Chick-fil-A's and all of that good stuff?
Well, I can speak for me. I love the charm of the old Pearl City. I mean, I am obsessed with it. It's why I love being in downtown, all the historic homes. Like, I think that is just like part of the charm. I will say the best restaurants in Plant City are the places that are owned by private business owners. I mean, mom and pop propagation. Like, I think, we have more of that would be great. I think that if, it's interesting because like Redmond's all those apartments are, I don't know what the vacancies there are right now. I know that they're running a lot of deals, which makes me know as like a, someone who, I feel like they're most likely, not full. They're like even giving away like a whole month of rent right now. I do competitive shopping, just so you guys know. But like, I'm also like, if it does get full, then what, right? Like, we're going to need more restaurants, right? If not, there's going to be waits all over town. And with the growth that everyone's anticipating by 2030, I think more options will be better for everybody.
I would love to see more mom and pop restaurants come along as we grow, but being a pessimist a little bit, I think the economy doesn't support, wide scale economy doesn't support mom and pop businesses. I think private equity firms have the money to drop 4 more Burger Kings, and I guess they're lucky number 7 before like another mom and pop burger place opens, which I guess is a really bad example because we've got Blue Collar Burger downtown, we've got Brickhouse slinging awesome burgers, Dinger's is going to be online probably in the next 6 months. So that's probably not the best example, but I think there's a lot of local partnerships there that have to happen to make these mom and pop things pop up. And if we're gonna sell to a developer, they don't have any local connections.
What I think too, like what we were talking about earlier, is that we have all of these cool places, but people just don't know about them or just don't know how to interact in a small town where it's like support local over driving to Tampa to go to a nice dinner when we like have these new upcoming nice restaurants, or your morning bagel, like going to the local spot that's been there for 20 years that you just like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Like, I think that would make a huge difference in the economy and being able to open newer restaurants that are mom and pop downtown.
Yeah. And I think it will take everyone rallying around local, right? Like I think about, the wonderful, amazing woman who owns the White Oak Cottage down in Lithia off of 39, right? She's done such an amazing job getting people to drive from Plant City down there because she offers a unique experience. She, really vocalizes supporting local. And I think, people appreciate that. And it's like, you can't find it anywhere. And I think if we could get more experiences like that, then people would more more likely support going to places like that. I think, Cody, your business is, I think, an amazing one because you can't find it anywhere else in Hillsborough County, right? Yeah, which is, and now you've drawn like not only people who like seek you out from all over the place, but also like now you've created like a local fanfare of the type of product you sell.
Yeah. Well, Jamie's done a really good job with the environment that she created there too. And that's the thing, like it's a unique product. It's a unique experience. Like we custom did our own bar top and all that ourselves, and there's nothing else like it in the world. But it's also like, people call it the Cheers bar. Like everybody, it's a place to congregate, and you're not gonna have a Cheers bar at a Flow Wild Wings or a World of Beer. I mean, you might have some regulars there who hang out, but it's not like a community gathering spot. You kind of you get that with those mom and pops because they have that connection to the community. Connection to the community. I guess this question could be asked to me and Phil too, but like for Anna and Kelsey, like as the new Plant City, have you guys ever been in like a situation where you felt judged for being new, or you know about something and people just kind of look down on you like, how did you not know about that?
Yeah, that's what you guys do to me every day. No, I mean, definitely, especially when I started working in town, probably the first 2 months, like people were like, would not give me the time of day. But then it's like, flip side. Now look at me and Anne. I've known Anne for less than 2 years, and I spent Easter at her family's house, and I get invited to other people that I met at other local Cheers bars in town. Excuse me. And it's like spending birthdays together and Christmas and getting invited to church and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a caveat, right? So initially I think yes, but then you get to know people and you break that little barrier down, and then it's kind of game over from there.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, I would say the same thing. Like I actually never have experience like you're new here and then therefore you don't belong. I will say, like, until you get comfortable and familiar with things, it just naturally doesn't feel as comfortable and it feels foreign, right? And so whether that's like your perception maybe of how people are, like I remember saying a few times around downtown, like, I just moved here. Oh, but don't worry, I didn't buy one of those new houses, right? Like the fact that like that was all on me to have to say that. And even if I did, like, that's a wonderful thing. Like I now live in town, so I think that that's sort of like, I haven't had, I mean, first of all, this town is just full of like kind, nice, sweet people. That's what sort of makes it so wonderful. But what I will say is like, what I have experienced is like, well, so and so, and I'm like, no, don't know them, never met them. So like there is a lot of assumptions around town that the old Plant City folks and the family names, that people know them, but I think like because those names were so relevant for so long around town, and now with the growth and with new people like me, they're just sort of less relevant, and like people care less, probably,
Get that? Like, almost seems like it's like their name value has been diluted, if that makes sense. When you're one of 20,000 people, you matter. When you're one of 50,000 people, you matter a little less, or you're known a little less. They're trying to be the opposite. Like I've, being here for over 30 years now, like I'll still have people come into my place and they're like, oh, what's your last name? Sometimes I just want to make things up as I go. Dude, it's sparked a lot. What of it? But like I try to do the opposite. Like when you talk about like the new communities, you're like, oh, I live north of I-4. Oh, like, do you live in North Park Isle? Do you live in Berea? Like, where are you at up there? Like, I tell them like those houses are getting built. Whether you bought them or somebody else bought them, those houses are getting built. If you've committed to Plant City, well, you're part of the community now, regardless of how people view you, you're here. So people should be welcoming these people because that's what Plant City does. Like we're, a lot of big hearts in this town. think that we need to keep those hearts open because these people are coming whether we like it or not. So we can create enemies or we can make friends.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or we can be two-faced and do both.
Keep that to yourself.
I'm not doing all that.
So speaking of businesses and all that, what's one thing that you guys would open? Just keep it short, sweet, funny.
Sports bar. I
I
want
don't-
to play pool and watch, but not like I don't want another Beef O'Brady's or.
You want an
anything
elevated
like
sports
that.
bar.
I want a fun patio. No, I want a fun patio bar outside, corner lot, street facing, like TVs everywhere, but like small town friendly. Maybe a pool table. I don't know. Get crazy with it.
Mine's easy. It's like a place to bring your kids. I have a 5-year-old and we have to go to Lakeland to go to Family Fun Center. It's like I mentioned it, like JJ just loves that place. So I've actually like thought like, how could we do this? But I'm too busy. Putt, like so many other things he likes. Something for kids. I know that we're at Gilchrist Park all the time now because it's his favorite park and it's, since they've redone it, it's gotten a lot nicer. And I just feel like we need more of that. I know you said short, Phil, but I do have to tell everyone, like when I first moved here, there weren't any parks for us to go to. So like Phil lived in Wadden Lake and I was like, can I bring my kid to your neighborhood to go to a playground?
That is fantastic. I didn't know that.
We'll have at it.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
When you first moved here, was Gilchrist under construction? Because when I used to live in the city limits, I used to walk to that park.
I think the equipment, I don't know actually, because to me it's new because I know the equipment's new, but I don't know what it used to be.
There's actually more improvements coming to that park.
Yeah, that's what you talked about at the commission
The city
meeting,
commission
right?
meeting. Yeah, they're adding some shade sails to that new playground to get it out of the sun a little bit.
I will say those slides are getting hot. Like we can't go right now till like 7, 6,
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
what-
mine would be along the same lines too. I would first open up a Waffle House next to Cody's house. So that
Oh,
way
I
we have a
love that.
third Waffle House.
I don't want that. One, I'm
Another
unincorporated.
hangout?
I'm unincorporated Plant City, but like I like to keep. I live where I live because it's my oasis. I can come into town. I can shop. I can eat. I can play. I can hang out with friends. I can go home. My getaway. So if you build a Waffle House next to my house, I hope that my property values go up so I can sell this and move farther into the woods.
No, that was just my fun answer. I'm kind of with Ann too. It would be something activity based for families to do, whether it be an arcade or putt golf or golf simulator or whatever. Something to keep people here, to keep them active.
We sat there and hyped for the majority of this episode, mom and pops and local and unique experiences and this, that, and the other. But we're getting Jack in the Box in Florida now. So I put a Jack in the Box in Plant City.
There we go.
24-hour, baby.
I mean, you can do those. I think that now, old beer, but now they're 99-cent tacos. They used to be 2 for 99-cent tacos, but I'll be getting tacos late at night.
Yep. So on the flip side, what would be one thing you guys would close?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I already said mine,
Yeah,
Maryland's.
and
Hands down.
He said, I'm 10 toes deep on that.
They serve their food in styrofoam, guys. That is just, they are giving people cancer.
it was
They were
easy
right
when they're next to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's
Short trip across the street.
This sounds very conspiracy theory.
Well, whoever Miss Maryland is, I feel horrible, but I have
There's
to speak.
multiple Maryland fried chickens, friend.
Are there?
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
last one I ate at, I think, was in Haines City.
Yeah.
No
New
way.
Plant City
How is
over
that
there.
place a chain? Oh my goodness. Shut it down. Put a Lovebirds. Let's call it a day. Now I don't feel bad at all.
I don't
Lovebirds
fully
is
disagree
fantastic.
there. Yeah.
All right.
Mine's easy, dude. And mine, don't think a lot of people disagree with me, but it's White Sands all the way.
Oh yeah, the rehab center.
You know what? And really unpopular here. Like, I mean, I know they do a good job and they are helpful to those who have the funds to get the help. But that place got, the Red Rose Inn's never coming back. If that place got bulldozed and something else got built there that was warehouse related or hotel related, since it's right by the interstate, I can't think of anybody who'd be sad.
I agree with you on that one. I don't think anybody would be sad to see White Sands go. Yeah, I'm sure they do their thing, but it doesn't. It's hard for me to see the positive side of the coin on that one with the way the influx of homeless people in downtown.
Yeah, we could probably do an episode on the impact of White Sands on our city.
Yeah, we could. Mine would just be those storage facilities. I can't stand them. They seem to be all over the place, man, and they are all packed too. I don't understand.
You don't see them cutting deals from first month free,
dude.
It's all the people moving in and out. They gotta do something in between.
Dude, get rid of your stuff. There's Facebook Marketplace.
It all in orders.
You don't need it all. Just get rid of it.
It's consumerism in America.
Exactly. So, what do you guys think is something that Old Plant City does better versus New Plant City?
Breakfast.
Like strawberries.
I don't know about that one, Kelsey. My day job is at a farm, and I see a lot of New Plant City. They're doing U-Picks, spending more money than you pay at the grocery store. Go pick your own strawberries.
And probably quicker.
New Plant City's not quicker. Old Plant City's got them techniques, man. They've been doing it for 50 decades.
This is true.
I think Old Plant City gives that charm that people are looking for.
Oh, that's a good.
That draws people to Plant City.
I think New Plant City's bringing some of the money. I think I look at the mean income, and it continues to grow. So I'm going to say that. Although there's some old money here too. I will. There's definitely some old money.
They're just selling them farms and putting up subdivisions.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
That's right.
What did you sell?
I had a friend tell me one time it's easier to plant Yankees than it is oranges.
As someone from New York originally, I'm going to bypass that comment.
We talked about your history in the last episode, and you were living in a place that used to be all orange groves then, too.
That's true. I did. I will say I moved down when I was quite young. I experienced Kissimmee at its finest. So
yeah. So what's something that both of them get wrong then? Seems like we're a little divided.
New business ideas. I think everything's rinse and repeat. Like there's nothing new.
Unique, you mean?
Yeah, unique would be a better term to label that. But like Chick-fil-A, chicken salad chick. Like I feel like it's all like the same food related chains.
Oh, don't do a food place that starts with a C. Got it.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of chicken. We have 100 antique stores, and not that they're not nice. Like I'm not hating on all of them, but it's like everybody's doing the same thing. Nobody's going out and branching out and doing something new besides the select few businesses, right? Like obviously Cody's got his niche. There's a few other niches downtown, but I would say majority, like everybody's just kind of doing their own slightly different of a twist on something versus like new when you're saying something new for the kids to go do, like an activity, like there's nobody reaching out or branching out and doing those kind of things. Everybody's doing food or retail.
And that's a really good take on that too, because working in the hospitality industry, my day job and my night job, you hear a lot about how kids control spending. If you take your kids somewhere and they're having a bad time, you're probably going to leave. Why isn't nobody capitalizing on let's create a place for the kids to go control their parents and spend all their money on us.
I've never heard that before. I like that.
I mean, at my day job, we see it all the time. Like it's a place that makes alcohol and has a playground. Like, what?
I was just gonna say, like that place that we've used that a few times.
Yeah,
and then
I see you there.
Yeah, if he's having fun, I will say the AC and outside helps.
Right now, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's true. So, do you guys feel overall that Plant City is getting better? Are we gaining or losing anything?
It's better since I moved here. I know that.
I guess that one's kind of tough because we are gaining and losing. I mean, I think the more homes, the more businesses, the more traffic we gain. we lose the small town charm. Like we're holding on to it in the city core, but like like I said earlier, I would drive from my house in Durant as a kid to Pine City, and it was orange groves and strawberries. Then it was town. Now it's like town just keeps going on and on and on and on. Like
It's like the old Florida. I feel like we're losing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, being an agricultural based community since the 1800s, we're losing a big part of our identity. So we gain these new amenities and residents and these things that attract people to Plant City. We're creating new things that bring people in, but we're losing things that maybe have brought people in the past.
Yeah, I definitely agree with all of that. I think that my perspective is we are gaining the ability to innovate and do, like, I think about, like, I work in data and technology, right? And I think about like where the world will be going in the next few years. And I think one of the things that we have going for us in Plant City is like we will be building more infrastructure for that growth very slowly. But I will say, like, experiences are what people, because of AI, are going to be gravitating more towards. And so I think, like, we're gaining that infrastructure so that we can create more experiences in downtown. And I think that will be a win-win for everybody. But because downtown is protected and historic, I think it's being done in a really responsible way. So
yeah, I would have to agree with that. So what do you guys predict for the future of our little city here?
I think it's gonna explode. We got the perfect layup. We're right between Tampa and Orlando.
We're getting a target next year.
Yeah.
2027. This is my prediction. 2027 will either be built or announced and planned. It's going to be outside of town, Redmond somewhere.
Well, if you look at West,
what did you say? What's going to be built?
Target.
Oh, a Target.
It's coming.
But if you look at Wesley Chapel, comparatively, like, distance wise from Tampa, and Wesley Chapel is the new Tampa. Like, I think like the last 7 years, I don't know stats on it. I have to look it up. But like the way that being in the midst of Wesley Chapel, watching it explode, like 3 different malls, just everything, the amount of neighborhoods, and it's still expanding all the way out into Zephyr Hills, which is wild if you think about like how much land that is that's been developed in the past, decade. I think Plant City is going to be right behind it. And again, then you have it coming from both directions, Orlando and Tampa almost.
Yeah, Lakeland is, I think, a perfect example of what could happen to Plant City. And I think if you went to Lakeland more than 20 years ago in downtown, it was totally dead. And now, we were there this weekend. They had the farmers market. They had a huge pride event going on along with the farmers market. And just like the amount of people that were there was just like unbelievable and incredible. But guess what? Like every small business near there was thriving. There was like waits even to get a cup of coffee, which I think is so good for local business. Yeah.
Well, as a member of the old Plant City half of this podcast, I have to say that I think we just solved everything right in this less than 1 hour. We determined what's old Plant City, what's new Plant City. We've set clear, defined lines. And now a guideline that we publish on the internet. Everybody's ready for that. Or we didn't do any of that because it's all subjective and it's our opinions, man. And we want to hear your opinions too.
Well, if you have topics you want us to talk about, don't forget we are available to hear your thoughts at hello@unpctour.com. You can follow us on Instagram. We're working on our content and getting more of it out there as well.
If you want to be on the podcast, you make wild choices. You can reach out. Like Ann said, hello@unpctour.com. Find us on social media. Send us a message of what you want to talk about and why you think we should be talking about it. We got some guests, some fun and interesting guests lined up already. You guys will be seeing some of that soon too.
Oh yeah. Or you could just wild out on Facebook and make a crazy post, and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put you on here next week.
Let's get the scoop.
Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. Definitely follow and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Thanks everybody.
Guys.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.